Talk to you later, Chris. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And for more on the tax cut debate and outsourcing and a lot of other issues, I'm joined by former New Hampshire Governor, former Chief of Staff, John Sununu, a surrogate, of course, for the Romney campaign. Governor, it's great to see you again.
Nice to talk to you, Andrea. How have you been?
I've been very well, thank you, but here we are, it's 47-47. It doesn't look as though either of them are moving the needle. But Mitt Romney today, you just saw in Colorado, which is one of the important battleground states, making the point that President Obama has an outsourcing problem.
Yeah, he does. And the outsourcing issue really causes two problems for President Obama. One, it underscores his dishonesty. The ad they were running, which all the independent fact-checking groups have said is dishonest, ends with President Obama saying, "I'm President Obama and I approve this message." It should say, "I'm President Obama, I approve this dishonest message." And the second problem he has with outsourcing is that there is a huge amount of outsourcing which was driven by Obama policy. The money, the $500 million they gave to Fisker created jobs in Finland. The solar energy grants they gave and created jobs in Mexico. The wind turbine grants they gave created jobs in Denmark. So the point that I think is really interesting is that the outsourcing issue underscores how few smarts there are in this White House and in this Obama campaign, that they expose themselves to the response criticism that I think, unlike what Mr. Solisa said, is going to end up making this a winning issue for Mitt Romney.
But isn't it a winning issue for the White House fundamentally? Granted that the PolitiFact folks and the Washington Post pointed out that the president's campaign ad on that issue had a lot of questions, a lot of questionable attack lines.
No, they said it was wrong. A lot of questions is not right. It was wrong.
Okay. But the point is that isn't Mitt Romney more vulnerable than the president on this issue? Because there still is the whole question of private equity, of outsourcing. You can argue about when he left Bain Capital and, you know, whether he was still getting money from Bain Capital and what some of the companies in Bain were doing, companies that did end up working overseas and sending jobs overseas. But isn't it a bigger problem for Republicans than for the White House?
No. When you said $500 million to Fisker and it goes to Finland immediately, when you send the solar money and it goes to Mexico, when you send the turbine money and it goes to Denmark, and we can go on all day, there's $29 billion worth of purchases that came out of this administration, outsourced jobs to foreign countries. Mitt Romney outsourced zero. Obama outsourced 29. Zero. He wasn't there when those issues came up.
Well, first of all, the $29 billion are not all outsourced from the administration, because
sure they are.
A lot of those jobs still remained here. There are jobs when you do a grant, Governor, there are jobs here as well as overseas.
You're struggling, Andrea. You're struggling.
Well, first of all, these are competing claims, and we will get back to you with all of the numbers. But the point is,
let's talk about the 3% you brought up. You want to talk numbers?